first. I'm Lauren Griswold.
And I'm Tim Ryan. Searchers will go back out into the field looking for 2 people missing after the Saturday night tornadoes in East Texas. 4
people died, nearly 50 injured. National Weather Service confirms there were 4 tornadoes in Van Zant and Henderson counties. Now, schools have been canceled today in Canton, Fruitvale, Martinsville, and Eustis because of damage, also because of power outages. Fox 4's Saul Garza is live in Canton with the latest on the storm recovery. Saul?
Yeah, and the path of destruction was just huge, about 50 miles long, 15 miles wide. I want to show you what's happening just south of us. We are in Canton, right off of I-20, the car dealership, but just south of us, not too far from where we are. I mean, you can see more of the devastation, the destruction that was left behind. Houses that were leveled, you know, that are no longer there. It's just amazing, just the power of these tornadoes. And where we are, there's a car dealership where the office is demolished, cars and trucks on their sides overturned, no vehicle on the lot without some sort of damage, and some vehicles even on top of each other. And elsewhere, homes are leveled. The only thing left are their foundations. Yesterday, people started cleaning up, searching for anything of sentimental value, like pictures or other belongings, stuff that they just could not grab because they did not have time. 2 twisters, both the F3s, tore through the Canton area, one on the east side, one on the west, and one of them was about a mile wide. The latest count, 4 people dead, nearly 50 injured, and some are still in the hospital this morning recovering. 2 people still unaccounted for. And we are told that 5,100 addresses affected by the tornadoes.
I turned around, my dad was at the door, but he wasn't anymore, he was gone. So I got in the closet at the last second and then it hit us.
So we're just trying to help them salvage pictures, clothes, you know, anything of sentimental value that we can.
And Governor Greg Abbott was in town yesterday, said if people want to help out, he urged them to donate money to the Red Cross, for example. They will need people to help with the cleanup, but not right now, likely in the days ahead. Let's come back out here live and show you some more of the damage at this one particular car dealership. You can see one vehicle there kind of overturned on top of other debris. Some of that debris is not even from the area. You know, I was kind of looking around, walking around this area in the median. I found somebody's purse that was there, just kind of wrapped around some of the tree branches there. Did turned it over to one of the constables here, so hopefully they'll be able to return it to the owner again of that purse. Looting was an issue here, and so there is a curfew that is in effect overnight until further notice. At this point, officials have not released any information about the 2 missing people, other than, again, the search will resume later on today. That is the latest here in Canton. So we got for a good day.
Thank you, Saul. And high school students who showed up early for prom in Canton Saturday night survived the tornado. They actually crammed into a bathroom. Dozens of Edgewood High students and parents were in that venue when the storm approached. Dallas firefighter Reagan Sumner owns the Rustic Barn event place in Canton. He describes watching his practically new venue and dreams of retirement collapse all around him.
There was people screaming and crying, but there was so much noise when the building started collapsing. It was like I could see them crying and screaming, but I couldn't even hear them.
Sumner says he's still in shock, thankful no one in the area was hurt. He says he will decide soon if he will rebuild or not. I think he's just still trying to take it all in.
You hope they had insurance.
Yeah.